What's up, my YouTube family? It's your favorite broker and host, Wayne Chappelle, back with another video. And today's video, I am going to talk about attitude, right? So attitude matters. And I just want to kind of, go over this word attitude, right? And the feelings and emotions that's involved with it. And before I get into the topic of today's video, which is attitude, let me just do a little bit of house cleaning for those folks who may not know who I am, why I'm here on this channel, and why I'm bumping my gums right now. So let me just do a little bit of housekeeping and introduce myself, and then we'll get into the topic of today's video. So for those who don't know me, I am a licensed broker based out of Atlanta, Georgia. I'm a licensed broker in 4 states throughout the Southeast. That's North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, and Florida. And I've been in the real estate business for over 13 years at this point. I have done over $250 million in sales volume. That's over 250 million in sales. And I have successfully closed over 1,000 transactions in my real estate career up to this point. And I mentioned in previous videos, I've been a solo agent. I've been on teams. I, created my own team. And currently I'm on a team again. And I always pay homage to my team because without them, I would not be in the position that I am today, especially over the last 18 months to 2 years, where my sales volume has significantly exploded over these last 18 months to 2 years. So I pay homage to them, and also just to give you guys a little background of me and what I'm doing and why I'm on YouTube, right? I'm on YouTube because I'm expanding my reach. I mentioned in previous videos that I am shifting my focus from production, even though I'll still be doing, sales, production, and sales volumes in some form or fashion. I'm shifting my focus to deal more with solving the epidemic we have in the real estate industry, which is the high failure rate and the cure of the real estate dropout, right? That's what I'm trying to cure. There's a lot of real estate dropouts that are leaving the industry in droves, and I'm trying to provide a solution and solve that problem. So that's why I'm here, and YouTube especially, because like I said, I've already done what I want to achieve in my real estate career as far as sales volume and production. And I'm shifting my focus trying to solve a greater need at this point, where I see a lot of my fellow agents and brokers being unsuccessful in the business. So I just want to be able to share my knowledge and experience to help all that I can. And through YouTube allows me to expand my reach. So that's why I'm here. So let's dive into the topic of this video, which is about, attitude matters. So the reason I'm bringing this up, and I did it in a previous video yesterday or the day before, I can't remember. All these videos, to be honest with you, are starting to just, blend together. I'm doing so many of them, and, I'm on a challenge of doing 90 videos in 90 days. I'm trying to make up for lost time because I had this channel since 2013, and I haven't done anything with it. So, and I think I expounded on that in my other video called Opportunity Cost. So in regards to attitude matters, the other day I mentioned to you, how, I was struggling, right? I had 5 closings set up for that day. And this was actually yesterday. And don't mind me. Like I said, what you see is what you get. These videos are not edited. I'm live and raw, and this is just the way it is. I'm not sitting here editing videos. So, I'm not polished off, the way other people out there doing their YouTube videos. This is just me hitting the record button on my cell phone and getting this video out to you guys so you guys can get this information and inspiration. So before I lose my train of thought, back to the topic of today's video, which is, attitude matters. And the reason I was bringing this up before I got a little bit sidetracked is that, yesterday I had 5 closings scheduled on the books. And what had happened, out of those 5, I was only successfully able to close 2 of those deals. And the reason being is because, you know, 3 of those deals basically went sideways. One is salvageable at this point. We're working at getting that one solved. That had to do with some vandalism that was done on one of my listings that I'm selling. The other 2 were unsalvageable because they had to do with various issues on the buyer side. One being a tax issue that came up, you know, at the last minute in underwriting, and the other issue had to do with a contingent sale that fell through, where, you know, there was a serious delay in communication. So yesterday I was very, you know, kind of upset, and I came on my video kind of venting, you know, and showing my frustration that I was having yesterday in regards to, you know, and I think I named it, the struggle is real is the video. And my attitude, even though, you know, I try to remain positive and uplifting and, you know, keep things on a positive note, my attitude was impacted. I was not, you know, 100% the way I usually am on a day-to-day basis. So my attitude was, you know, fluctuating yesterday due to, you know, missing out on those 3 deals and not being able to get those closed. But I did close 2. So I had 2 out of the 5 that were successfully closed yesterday. And today, you know, I was in the office, I was doing interviews, right? So we're hiring, you know, some folks on our team. And I was doing interviews, right? And when you interview people, you're exposed to different personalities, you know, you're interviewing them and you're trying to gather a lot of information in a short period of time, right? So I'm looking at skill set, I'm looking at your, you know, your experience, what you know, and how you can best fit the team to supply the, you know, the needs that we have as a team. And you know, I had a couple interviews, and one of them, you know, the young lady came in. She was very, you know, professional, very upbeat. Her attitude was great, and you know, her skill set was not the best, but her attitude was great. Now, I interviewed another lady, right, a little bit older lady, and her attitude wasn't that great, but her skill set, you know, obviously has a lot more experience than the first candidate. But her attitude wasn't that great. And, you know, that leads me into this video, because I was thinking about yesterday about my attitude, and today about, you know, the attitudes and the different personalities that I was exposed to, you know, doing the interviews, you know, hiring some folks for my team. And, you know, I just want to talk about attitude as far as, you know, in real estate, right? And I want to kind of switch this over to this YouTube video, to where, you know, asking you to check yourself and you know, what is your attitude? Are you guys out there, you know, aware of your attitude and how you're presenting yourself and how you're projecting yourself to others? Attitude, you know, if somebody has a great attitude, you know, it's kind of contagious. The same thing with a bad attitude. It's like a virus or a disease or a cancer. You know, if somebody has a bad attitude, they can, you know, potentially put you in a bad attitude, right? It spreads like a disease. So I just wanted to bring that up in this topic of discussion for this video, is to check yourself and see what type of attitude are you guys, you know, projecting out to your customers, your clients, you know, your colleagues, your family, your friends. You know, are you setting a positive attitude out there? And, you know, what's ironic about the word attitude, and if you relate this to, you know, spelling out attitude and the actual letters in the alphabet. So there's 26 letters in the alphabet, right? So you go from A being number 1, B being number 2, C being number 3, you know, so on and so forth till you get to Z, which is the 26th letter, right? This is the 26th letter of the alphabet. A is the first letter of the alphabet. So when you put a number to each one of those letters in attitude, right? Attitude being, you know, starts off with an A. That would be a 1, right? And then T would be a 20, right? And the second T for attitude would be another 20. And as you start to add up the letters in the word attitude, something really amazing happens, right? When you add up all those letters, that comes out to be 100. And you guys can sit there and do the math after this video, but when you add up the letters that's in the word attitude, it comes out to be 100. So are you giving 100%? Are you a positive 100% in your environment? Are you giving, giving off negative vibes? Are you a negative 100? Because attitude can flow either way, right? You can either be a positive attitude or a negative attitude. And going through the interview process, today with the two candidates that I had to interview, one had a great attitude and had marginal skills and experience, but the other agent, skills and experience, terrible attitude, right? Which person would you hire to bring on your team? Obviously me, for the candidate, I would rather move forward with somebody who is lacking a little bit of skill and a little bit knowledge, because you can always build up that skill set. But when you bring somebody into the team that has a bad attitude, and I'm sure you've heard the saying, one bad apple spoils the bunch. You bring that type of a person into your environment where you're in a high level, high production team, and this person winds up being a cancer, right? Because they, are diseased, their attitude starts to infect everybody on the team, and your team starts to suffer from that. So I want you guys to think about that. I know for me, my recommendation is to hire the person that has a great attitude, maybe has a little bit less experience and a little bit less skill set, but I can always work on that, and us as a team can work on that to get that skill set level up and get the experience up to where it needs to be able to be a high performer on the team and be able to support the agents that are on the team to keep us being productive. But like I said, to bring somebody on the team that doesn't have a good attitude and somebody that may have outstanding skill set and outstanding knowledge, but I will 100% of the time rather go with somebody that has a less skill set and the great attitude. So that's the topic of today's video. I always need engagement down in here, so please provide your comments, your feedback. Like I said, this channel is not about me. This channel is about you guys. What I'm trying to do here on this YouTube platform is to expand my reach, right? And I've already mentioned to you guys that I do mentoring, I do coaching, and I'm working on building out that level, and that side of my business. And I need your guys feedback. Number one, I need your help. I can't do this alone. I'm doing this channel to create a community where we can all share information. So my question again to you guys, attitude matters. Are you projecting a positive attitude? Or are you projecting a negative attitude? Question mark. Leave your comments and feedback below. And once again, if you guys are watching this video up to now, up to the very end, I feel truly blessed that you guys have stuck it out with me through this entire video. Please like and subscribe, to the channel, like the video. I got plenty more content that I'm going to be putting out. Like I said, I'm on a mission to do 90 videos in 90 days. And, I just been, at work. I've been chugging away, pumping out, a video every day until I hit that goal. And I'm not going to stop there. I'm still going to put out videos, but it'll be less frequent, obviously. It's not going to probably be every day, just because I don't think that I can sustain that long term. And not do everything else that I'm doing, as far as outside of YouTube and my business. So, that's all I got today. And like always, I want to tell you guys and tell you guys to go out and have a blessed day. Go out there and make it happen. And I will see you guys on the next video.